Oh, okay. Now are you guys able to hear me? I think I was on mute. I will ask this poll question once again. Let me reset and start the poll and then publish. I was saying that we'll get started in the next 1 to 2 minutes. Okay. And this is a screen. You should be able to see a screen which says cloud versus on-premise. Okay, this is what you should be able to see. Okay, if you are able to see this, wonderful. And you're anyways able to hear me, that is what you confirm using your message. So at least 66% of the people or 70% are able to hear me. So that in itself is a proof that we should get started. So let's get started, friends. Today, we are going to understand Amazon Sagemaker. Amazon Sagemaker. And within this, we are going to explore Auto ML functionality, which is called as Autopilot. Before we explore this Autopilot option, let us understand what we discussed on day 1 and day 2. On day 1 and day 2, we understood what is Auto ML, what are the benefits of Auto ML, what are the various aspects that Auto ML can automate for you, right? And then we try to look at Teapot, which is an open source library which performs AutoML activities, but we had to understand a little bit of Python code. See, any language, friends, like when you would have learned English or Hindi or Telugu or Tamil or French or German, any language that you have learned, you didn't learn it overnight. Right? It took its own sweet time. Similar to that, you have another language here, which is called as Python. But the best part is you can write program in Python using English language. And literally, I mean it. So since you guys already know English, it'll be easier for you to actually use certain English terms such as for, while, else, so on and so forth. And then you use some analytical skills, and then you should be able to learn Python programming. We will very soon come up with Python programming for professionals across for students across the various branches, and that would happen on YouTube Live. So please keep an eye on that. So this is what we discussed, Teapot, and practically we have done the hands-on. If you have a question on where will I find the code that you have shown, and where will you actually find the data sets which I'm going to use, then the answer to that is we are going to track your attendance, and those of you who are giving attendance and attending the classes, you will on the last day be notified about the next steps. Okay, we are going to certainly notify or inform you about the next steps, and then we can proceed further. All right. And on-premise means the Teapot software or the library that we have used. We have tried this on Google Colab. Okay, and Google Colab is a cloud-based environment. But if you were to run it on your local computer, then what happens? If you were to run it on your local computer, You need to set up certain softwares. If you want to make use of GPU, on Google Colab, it was so very easy. We explored it yesterday. On your machine, if you want to install, you need to install CUDA, right? You need to install other softwares. And then on top of that, you need to install Teapot for GPUs to be enabled, etc. So the setup will take slightly more time because there are various versions of CUDA. Which version would you actually download and install? Certain versions won't support Teapot. So you'll run into all those issues. When it comes to investment, you need to purchase a GPU machine. But for us, when we use Google Colab, we paid $0. We paid 0 rupees. Right? So there's no investment or very low investment. Even if you want to upgrade to a pro version of Google Colab, it is going to cost you only so much, very minimum. IT costs, does it cost you? Basically, yes, for the cloud usage. If you want to upgrade your version on Google Colab, etc., it's going to cost. Here, it's a one-time cost. It doesn't cost you, continuously. Then, is it predictable, the total cost? Yes, you can predict how much it's going to cost you. Here, you really don't know how much it's going to cost you. Customization, when it comes to customization, on-premise gives you a lot of control. If it is on your computer, you can deal with it. You can make the changes the way you want. But on cloud, you will have to, rely on whatever customization Google or Microsoft or Amazon or IBM or Oracle provides you. Then when it comes to security, since it's on-premise, how much of security you want, you can put that. And since the data is going to be on your computer, on your server, security can be very high. But here, you'll have medium security. And scalability. If, say, I built an AI-driven chatbot, and I launched this for BTech students in data science and AI. Today, maybe only 1 year students. I mean, BTech was launched the BTech in data science and AI is launched from this year, right? So you'll have less number of students who will be accessing. Next year, there'll be new intake and these existing students. Third year, you'll have 2 intakes, so on and so forth. As in how the number of people accessing your chatbot increases, there'll be a lot of load on the server. So in order to increase the capacity, processor speed, RAM, etc., it's going to be a tedious task if you have it on premise with you, the hardware. But if it is on cloud, Google or Amazon or Microsoft or someone else will take care of that, and it is easily scalable. These are the bunch of benefits that exist. Okay. Yeah, Rani Manu, thank you for that compliment. Yeah, certainly. We will talk more about that. Okay. So now, these are the players in that sequence. When it comes to cloud service providers, these are a few top cloud providers. Number 1 position is held by Amazon. Number 2 is Microsoft. Number 3 is Google. And then Alibaba, Ali Cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, IBM Cloud. All these other players exist. But 1, 2, and 3. And have no doubt that Amazon is extremely well established when it comes to machine learning on cloud, because they entered the cloud business way back in 2006. And a lot of these players were thinking, hey, that would not take off. And that was your take. So they were a lot reluctant, a lot relaxed in terms of entering into cloud, but Amazon was slightly futuristic. So they have that early entry advantage. All right. Now, SageMaker. What is a SageMaker all about? Amazon SageMaker is a fully managed service. It is a service which is provided by Amazon. And this service will help you quickly build your model, machine learning model, and deploy a machine learning model in production. Trust me, we will do hands-on and we will not write probably a single line of code until we build a model and deploy it. Not even a single line of code. I'll show you that. I'll demonstrate that. And I should caution you saying that when you use your SageMaker service, if you delete all these services, maybe it will cost you $1 or so. $1 means 73 rupees. And in order to create Amazon account, you need to have a credit card. In order to create an account. But a lot of other services are free. You can explore it. Okay. Accidentally, you could not delete something. And later on, you figure out that, oh my God, I forgot, disabling a service or deleting a service. But Amazon has charged me. What do? They are extremely helpful. You just need to drop an email to the customer service. They are going to reimburse your money. They are going to, give your money back, whatever they have charged. To that extent, they are helpful. So don't worry. Amazon is very, very flexible. Okay, but nevertheless, don't take that chance. Okay, whatever you have created, delete that. I'll show you how to delete that as well. Okay. And SageMaker has features for those who are just beginners with machine learning or just getting started. And also they have features for the most experienced practitioners. People who have been there in the field of data science for 10 years, 20 years. Even they can make use of Amazon SageMaker. And the good part is, you need not worry about your infrastructure and tools. Hey, what server do I need to have? What should be the RAM? Okay, what should be the processor speed? How much amount of hard disk space do I need? What operating system do I need to install? Do I need to install any other software? What software? Which version of software? Forget about all that. Where the moment you use cloud service, you can focus 100% on the problem at hand, the problem that you're handling. And you need not spend even a single minute installing, managing, or scaling. You need not even think about, do you know what? My business problem is solved, but what if today I have only 100 customers? What if the number of customers who start using my service increase to 10,000? Then what will happen? Should my hardware be futuristic? Should my software be futuristic? Don't worry, friends. Cloud will take care of all that. And when it comes to machine learning, SageMaker will take care of that. And the SageMaker was launched at AWS. AWS conducts an annual event. Okay, and it was launched in 2017. But in 2019, something great happened. And in 2019, Amazon told, we are launching Autopilot. And Autopilot is an auto ML capability which expects you to know zero programming knowledge, which expects you to have zero programming knowledge and zero knowledge about how algorithms work. There are two development environments. One is notebook instance, another is Amazon Sagemaker Studio. We'll be focusing on this because this is graphical user interface. Okay, it has a GUI. That's how you pronounce it. So you can just explore the various options, menu-driven options, and jump down. Sagemaker has 17 built-in algorithms like linear regression, extreme gradient boosting, so on and so forth, for deep learning purpose also, which are already implemented. And when you look at the way they have written this machine learning, these machine learning algorithms, it is in the most effective manner possible. Because Amazon usually hires people with very high intelligence, right? PhDs, etc., who have done their PhD in programming, etc., and then good amount of math, good amount of knowledge on machine learning algorithms. They hired the best of the best. And bunch of those people, not one person, group of those people have come together to write the code and select the options of machine learning and deep learning in such a way that it runs in the most effective manner because it is already optimized. Now, when will you learn machine learning? When will you learn Python programming? When will you come to a capability where you write a program or code or use algorithm which will be better than what people have already done in Amazon? Let's be practical here, right? These are a group of 20, 30, 40, 50 people coming together, coming up with the best way of writing code, best way of using your algorithm, and they are making it available for you through Sagemaker Studio. Okay, we need to face the changing environment. We need to upskill ourselves. We need to guide our students that, hey, do you want to take the route of research or do you want to work in industry as a data scientist? If working in industry as a data scientist is your prime focus, then focus on algorithms, not on programming, because they are not web developers. Web developers, etc., need to focus on programming, Java, JavaScript, etc. But these are data scientists, right? They should focus on algorithms more. Anyways, no ML code is needed. You need not write even a single line of machine learning code. Another thing is, it has collection of built-in open source frameworks, which are usually used for deep learning purpose, like you have TensorFlow, PyTorch, MXNet, scikit-learn, so on and so forth. So you just simply bring in your code, execute it. If you want to write code, if you're programming focused, coding focused, in fact, you can run own code in your own container. You can use Python, R, or C++, or Java, or any programming language for that case. And the even better part is, AWS has something called as marketplace for machine learning, where you'll find pre-trained models and algorithms which people have used to solve certain use cases. For example, we are coming up with an AI chatbot which will enable the webcam. Suppose there is a webcam here. It will enable that webcam, and people who are deaf and dumb, both hear impaired and speech impaired, they use sign languages to communicate with each other. If they're watching a video, for example, and how will they understand? They cannot hear. So a small window will pop up here, which will convert this video into sign language, meaning they'll be doing some actions using hand. And people who are watching this video will understand. And if they have any doubts, they will ask their questions using sign language. They will use some hand movements to ask their question. That should be recognized, and that should be interpreted, and the image which is appearing here should do the necessary actions to reply to that question using sign language. Say we build this algorithm. Actually, we have already built it. We are going to make it live on 5th September, Teachers' Day. Okay. Anyway, so if we feel that, hey, this is one of its kind, amazing use case, I will go and put it on AWS Marketplace and I'll sell it. When you or any other data scientist wants to solve a similar kind of business problem, they need not build everything right from scratch. They can go to AWS Marketplace and buy my pre-trained model or algorithm. They will save good 2 years of their time, or whatever time they spend, they are going to save that. And readily they can make use of that. To this extent, things are getting automated. And there are hundreds of pre-trained models and algorithms which are built by different startup companies in the space of AI, deep learning, machine learning, data science, etc. All you need to do is spend some time, look at which model is giving good accuracy, buy that and reuse that. Wow. They are making things such simple because all these big players have taken upon themselves saying that they want to democratize artificial intelligence. They want to make it available to those people who are common users. Like even a doctor, MBBS doctor sitting in front of their computer should be easily able to write a code. They need not undergo 4 years of education or intensive training. Yeah, but people have to be trained at least on AutoML concepts to be able to use that. Okay, Sagemaker, you have the training component, you have deploying component, and we have Autopilot. So what we will do is, we will get started and with hands-on, and while we get into hands-on, we will talk more. Okay. So friends, there are a few things that you'll have to bear in mind. And those are, you need to create your Amazon account and type Amazon console and open the URL. Okay, you can say sign into the console here. And you log into your console. I've already logged in. Okay, so that's a 360 digit MG account. All right. Here, if you see services, you'll have all these services. And the services which are of interest for you would be machine learning services. And Sagemaker is here, right there. And it has a bunch of other services. And if time permits today, we will also look at Amazon Lex. Okay, but of course, these are all the various things. And Amazon recognition, for example, is used for image recognition. You need not build any algorithm, directly use that service. Amazon Poly is used to convert from text to speech. Already all those things, Amazon has made it available. Okay. So for our usage of SageMaker, we will be making use of storage, which is S3. S3 stands for Simple Storage Service. Simple Storage Service. SSS. Hence it's called as S3. 3 S's are there. Okay, and this S3 is used to store your data. And SageMaker Autopilot option. Within SageMaker, there is Autopilot. That's another option which is available. Autopilot option at this point of time allows you to use only columnar data. Columnar data or structured tabular data. Structured data in the sense, data which is in rows and columns as of now. But they are building, heavily on this, and very soon you'll find awesome, amazing services in the space of machine learning, which can be readily used. If I'm going to have someone, build such a service right from scratch, it means a lot of time. You need a lot of human resources. But here, it's that simple. Okay, so what I'll do is, first we will go to this S3 bucket. I'll click on this. And we will have to create a bucket. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll just select this or forget about what is there. I'll click on create bucket. And let me create a bucket. Let me say 360 digit MG, that's a name, and AWS, or I will say faculty development program. And then I'm going to, nothing, you need not change anything here, because S3 buckets can be used anywhere. Creating a bucket is like creating a folder. When I click on create bucket, it is as good as creating a folder on your computer. Then I'll go into this FTP and we will upload a specific file. Now, which file do we need to upload? We have a specific data set here. Let me click on add files. And I'll make these files available for you all. Machine learning on cloud. I have this bank data, bank additional, right? So I'm going to load this. Open. This is a CSV file. And if you want to see what is there in that, let me show you quickly. Okay, so this is the data set. It has various variables and the output is this while. So say you're doing a marketing and you want to know who are the kind of people who will accept your offer, who are the kind of people who will not accept your offer, whatever marketing promotion you're doing. So you will have no and you have yes. Yes means people have accepted your offer. No means they have not accepted your offer. And then you have various inputs. What is the age? What job were they doing? What is the marital status? Education? Did they default in the past? Do they have a housing loan or not? Oh, sorry. Do they have a house of their own or not? Do they have a loan? How do you contact them using telephone or any other service? So on and so forth. So all these details are made available. Okay. Majorly it is telephone only, but there'll be other levels also. So this is the data. Output variable is this one. What am I doing? First thing is, this is in a tabular format or a columnar format. It is a structured data set. Only these can be used in Amazon Autopilot in Sagemaker. So I just added the file. I'll click on upload. It is as simple as you sending an email. And while you send an email, what do, friends? You attach a file if need be. And that's how I've attached. Now let me click on close. You'll come here. If you want to delete it, select it, go to actions, or you have delete here, select that. And then here you need to type whatever is written in that light gray, you will have to type that. So rather I'll copy it from here. It's asking me to type. It is double confirming. I'll click on delete. It got deleted. I'll close it. Now again I came to this folder 360 digit mg FTP. This folder is called as a bucket. Again we'll upload a file, add file. This time I will go to AutoML this and I will upload bank additional, which is a smaller version. I don't want to take the big data set because it would take probably a longer time. Okay, so I'm not taking that a lot of rows. I'm taking less number of rows just to ensure that this gets completed sooner. So I'll upload it. Job done. So we uploaded this file. What should I do next? And click on services and click on Sagemaker. So step one is we have uploaded the data in the S3 bucket. Now I'm clicking on Sagemaker. So come up. Here, do you see Sagemaker Studio? Either click on this or click on Amazon Sagemaker Studio. Here or here, doesn't matter. So let me click here on this. The moment you click on this, it will say, hey, if you want to get started, you need to assign some role. You can say, create a new role, etc. But let me first click on submit. The moment I clicked on submit, it's saying your IAM role is needed. IAM here stands for Identity and Access Management. Okay, this stands for Identity and Access Management. So I'll go drop down here and create a new role. I just clicked on create a new role. I'll just click here. That's it. I'm doing nothing if you observe. Create a role. Okay, then you can select this. The same thing, again I'm clicking and then clicking on submit. It's creating. Now what, if you observe here, status is showing as pending. It would take a while. It would take a while, and take a while in the sense, see, it is preparing in the background. It would just take a few minutes, 1 minute or 2 minutes. And then this status will change to start or started. Once this status changes, we will be able to use Sagemaker Studio. But to use that, you need to click on Add User here. But this option will be enabled once this is started. You can just follow this video step by step and you will be able to do the trick. Okay, let me quickly look at if there are any questions. And the prime reason why I have thought that we will have to deliver the session is because the world is moving significantly fast. The field of artificial intelligence is maturing very fast. And since all of us will be collectively upskilling the students community who have aspirations of joining various companies, we should do justice, right? So this is one way, um, you know, I thought that we can impact the community. Right. There are no questions here. There are no questions on YouTube live, our channel. I don't see any questions, so let me refresh and see. Yep, it's still going on. Maybe it will take another 1 minute or so. I'll refresh after a minute, and then it should be started by the status. And we are very soon planning to come up with an SDP program, student development program, wherein we want to teach Python programming in the most engaging manner, especially for students who aspire to become software developers, software engineers, full stack web developers, or if they want to pursue their field in the space of IoT, or for that case in field of data science, machine learning, or AI. um, then students are very enthusiastic to learn Python because and another reason why we want to launch that is because I personally felt that our trainings are a lot more easier to follow. So we want to surf on that. Okay, let's see what is the status of this. Still taking time. So be it. So we will wait for 2 minutes, friends. I'll be on mute for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we will come back and look at what happened here. Okay, and then see what happens. In Sagemaker, we are going to make use of Autopilot. Mallikarjuna Raju, we are going to make use of Autopilot to build our machine learning algorithm. Okay, so I'll mute myself. Yeah, so now if you see, the status is showing as ready, and it has actually created another user also. Okay, if I click on Open Studio, I clicked here on Open Studio. If you see this option, it is opening Amazon SageMaker Studio. Within this, we will be making use of Autopilot. Why? To build a machine learning algorithm. By looking at what data? Historical data. To build any machine learning algorithm, we need what? We need historical data. And here we have output variable and input variables. To build any machine learning algorithm in your historical data, you need both Y and X, both output and input. Either one input or bunch of inputs exist. Here we have bunch of inputs. So I'll show you how easy it is. And what your machine learning algorithm will do is, it will learn the patterns. If a person's age is 30, if that person has a blue collar job, married, basic education, never defaulted on the loan, so on and so forth, this person will not accept your marketing offer. If a person is 39, technician, divorced, high school education, so on and so forth, people of this kind will accept your marketing offer. Your model will learn such patterns. After learning such patterns, the moment there are these new data points that you supply to your model, it will take those inputs and then classify whether someone is going to accept your loan, or sorry, accept your offer or not accept your offer. That's what you want, right? You want your prediction model to predict. So this is still loading. It is creating Jupyter. Jupyter is a notebook application. Yeah, it's coming up. Jupyter Lab. Good. All right. So it got created. Everything is good now. So here you have a lot of options, right? Running instances, you can look at this, new console, etc., launcher. And then you have this. This last option that you're seeing here, when you click on that, you will get all these options. From this, you need to select experiments and trials. The moment you select experiments and trials, you will get a button here which says create autopilot experiment. You click on this create autopilot experiment, give a name. What do I say? Let me say 360 FDP autopilot. Some name, some logical name. And wherever it is optional, forget about that. Connect your data. Where did we place our data? In S3 bucket. So I'll just do a drop down. What is the name of the folder? It will come here, 360 digit MGFD. I'll click on that. And it's asking you to select the dataset name. This is the file name, right? bankadditional.csv. Then it automatically is coming here. Here you need to now select target. Target is your output variable. And our output variable was given a name y. Output data location. So you can find it in FTP, right? That's what you're seeing. Now, whatever files, additional files get generated, you want those to be saved in this same location. That's what you're saying. And here, look at this. Select the machine learning problem type. If you select auto, by looking at your data, by looking at this output variable, Sagemaker will automatically understand what problem it is. Is it a binary classification, regression, or multi-class classification? It will automatically decide. So let it only decide. And there are two things here. Do you want to run a complete experiment? Or no, run a pilot to create a notebook with candidate definition. So I'm saying no because, if I select yes, it will take more than an hour. Okay. Auto deploy. So here, after building your model, do you also want to deploy a model in production? I would say no, because manually I'll do it to show you guys how it happens. Now let me click on create experiments. That's it, friends. Did I write code anywhere? Did I write a program anywhere? No. Create experiment. What is it doing? Automatically it is doing pre-processing. Automatically it will apply 250 different models and figure out which is the best model for you. Okay, and if you feel that experiment is taking too long, you can stop it at any given point of time. So pre-processing and then candidate definitions get generated, and I'll show you about all that. Now pre-processing is going on. What is Autopilot doing? It is shuffling your data. And then after shuffling, it will split your data into training and test. And all the artifacts, documentation, documents are generated and saved in this. So after everything is complete, you can go to those documents and actually explore what is there in each one. Such a cool feature, right? So it would take a while. Okay, while it takes some time, it would take some significant time, but since we selected only partial, let's see how much time it's going to take on this small data set. While it completes this part, let's take a quick break and let us be back by, it will take some time, at least 10-15 minutes. So let us be back by 3 p.m. Okay. Let us connect back at 3 p.m. because Sagemaker operation is going on. Okay. I shall be on mute until then. Otherwise, people will ask questions and, hey, why are you on mute? Right? So to avoid that. Okay, so let's go here. And you know what? It didn't complete the entire exercise. Okay. So what I'll do is, while let this be as is, I'll create another autopilot experiment. This time I'm going to name it as 360 FDP autopilot full. Okay. And then I'm going to select the same thing, bucket or the folder and the file, the data set which we want to use. And then we are going to select the output variable and where you want to save your model output. Automatically, I want my model to select the machine learning algorithm. And you want to run a complete experiment. This time I'll leave it as yes. And I'll not automatically deploy because we'll manually do it. Now see what's happening. It's saying that I will do pre-processing, I'll generate candidate definitions, I'll perform feature engineering, model tuning, and I'll generate explainability report. All these things I will do for you is what SageMaker Autopilot is saying. So let it run. It will generate 250 models and it would take at least 1 to 1.5 hours time to complete this. So pre-processing is going on, it's doing this. While it does that, I'll go here. I will show you this by generating both of these. Open candidate generation notebook. When I click on that, you know what? It is giving the complete information that your data set has 21 columns and the column named Y is your target column. Let's see. How many columns do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Wow, yes. And target column is Y. Is that column named as Y? Yeah, it's named as Y. This is being treated as binary classification problem. This data set has two classes. Let's see. If I were to put a filter here and then just do a drop down and see, yes, there are only two classes, yes and a no. This notebook will build a binary classification model that maximizes the F1 score. F1 score is a specific score which is used to measure the accuracy of your model. It is written as 2 times of precision recall divided by precision plus recall. But that knowledge who has? People who actually have, learned data science, right? Okay, and the F1 metric applies to binary classification with the positive and negative class. It mixes both between precision and recall. Entire thing is given, knowledge. And when you click on this binary classification, you get to know many things. It will actually redirect you. If I hover my mouse on that, not sure why it's not clicking. It is going to that URL. If you see Wikipedia at the left side bottom, Wikipedia page binary classification is going to take you there. Then it's telling you step by step what has happened until now. SageMaker setup. What was the code which got executed behind the scenes? All that code is being shown. Did you write this code? No. Who wrote this code? Amazon SageMaker has automatically done it for you. Right? It has automatically done all these things for you. And it's telling that it is running an algorithm called as XGBoost, extreme gradient boosting. For those of you who are aware of Python, this should be clear. Right? From SageMaker AutoML, import these two. Python, right? And all this code. So XGBoost, different versions are being run. If you see 4, then you have 5, 6, in that way. It tries various algorithms. That's what you're seeing. And at each stage, what it is doing, what is it doing, what are the options that it is testing out, everything would be very clearly given. How is a model selection and deployment done, so on and so forth. And final pipeline is here. You can readily deploy it. I'll show you how to deploy. While I show you, another thing which is Open Data Exploration Notebook, or let me show this, and then I'll take the question of Neelu. So here it's saying that you have 4,119 rows in your training data. Okay, and then you have 21 columns, column wise, your target variable, etc., etc. And here is your data. And interestingly, you'll also have descriptive analytics. You'll have statistics. How many are missing? How many are not missing? Look at that. How many unique entries are there in each of these? Descriptive statistics. For numerical variables, what is the mean, median, minimum value, max value? Your entire descriptive analytics is in some sense performed by AutoML for you. Wow, right? Such a cool thing. And here still pre-processing is going on. Let it go on. While it goes on, I would quickly, take Neelu's question. Neelu has this question. She says, if everything is automatically done, then what is the role of a data scientist? See, at this point of time, I can talk on what is happening in the industry. And I can also tell you what might happen in the future based on research. As of now, maybe until mid of next year, or at least for the good next 1 year, interviewers, when they interview you, they'll be asking the same questions, that are being asked now. They'll not expect you to learn automated stuff, at least for the next 1 year. So for the next 1 year, you go ahead with your Python programming, you go ahead with your machine learning algorithms knowledge, keep accruing, gaining more knowledge to clear the interviews. After you become a data scientist, start focusing on AutoML because that is going to be the future. But 1.5 years from now, would people be asking you questions pertaining to this? I don't think so. They will expect you to learn Sagemaker or Azure machine learning services or any of the cloud machine learning services. And that is going to be the future. Right, Neelu? So hope this helps you, understand on what you are expected to do now. Status quo as of now, you're not expected anything else. But if you couple this knowledge along with AutoML, you can tell to your interviewer that, do you know what? I'm learning whatever is needed currently, and I'm also futuristic. I'm future ready. I'm not just ready for the job now, but in the next 1-2 years when AutoML is going to actually kick off, I'm here with the skills. Right? It's all about selling your profile, right? Okay. Now, second phase is also complete. The third phase, feature engineering, is going on. It might take some time. If it takes more time than a stipulated until 3:30 we have training. If it takes more time, I will let it run, and tomorrow I would actually demonstrate these and then proceed further. Are there any questions for me yet? No. From webinar jam, I don't see any questions. So this is the right time for us to go ahead and explore another Amazon machine learning service which is Lex, Lex. Either you can type it here. I've gone to Amazon console. Either you type it here as Lex. Then who will do Nilu? Nilu has another question. Okay, fine. Then why will they pay for automated things? Then who will do it? Will a robot sit and do all these things? Who will select all the options? Who will understand what is F1 score? Who will understand how to deploy? Will a machine do it? Obviously, a human should do it, right? Any knowledge, if a human is sitting and doing, then obviously they'll pay salary, right? No one will sit for free and do. Hope you're getting me. And you'll be focusing on better things. Neely, your question is something like this. See, if there are ATM machines which come in, then all the people who are working as cashiers on the cash counters, why should I even pay them salaries? Is your way of looking at things. But what did banks do? Banks thought, okay, if we are coming up with ATM machines, these people will sit idle. So let us upskill them. Let us train them, coach them on new things, and let them start working on computers. Let us come up with softwares and let us make them work on that. Sure. Okay. Neelu. Okay. So see, don't be negative always. Okay. Let's look at the positive side of it. Let's look at the positive aspect of it. As of now, salaries are not defined by what skills you possess, but it is also defined by demand-supply gap. As of now, there is huge demand for data scientists, and the supply is minimal. Tell me how many of them know AutoML? And how many jobs you have in the space of data science? How many of them are aware of advanced techniques? There are hardly any. Supposedly, for every 10 openings of data science, industry is hardly finding 2 to 3 people with decent skills. Whenever there is a demand supply gap, obviously they'll start paying more. If your question is what if this demand supply is fixed, is bridged, then there'll be something else. Now AWS or Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM, Oracle, and all these cloud players are hiring people, hiring data scientists who can automate and build AutoML for them. Jobs in this space will increase them. Jobs of coming up with state-of-the-art algorithms which are incorporated into AutoML will increase. Right? Our job at this point of time is keep upskilling, as in how the world is moving ahead on technology. You also keep learning. That is all I can say. And don't worry too much about what will happen to my jobs. Will I get a job or not? Will they pay me the salary? That is none of your business at this point of time. Let the industry take care of that. Your job is keep a track on what's happening with respect to advanced technologies. Keep learning. And you'll be credited. You'll be rewarded. Because there'll be openings always for people who are keeping themselves abreast of latest happenings. Okay. So here you can type Lex, Lex, Amazon Lex. And in Asia Pacific Mumbai region, Amazon Lex is not available. So I'll select any of the other regions in which we have. which is a region which is closest, I believe, Singapore. Let me click on that. All right, and I'll click on Get Started. We are going to now build a very basic bot, and we have already version 2, but I'll go to version 1, which is far more simpler. See how easy it is to build a chatbot today, friends. It is so very easy, right? You just need to click on Create. Click on, say, I want a custom bot. Give a name. Say you want to build a movie bot for movie purpose. Select a language. Maybe you'll select English, US. Output voice. As of now, say you want to only restrict it to text-based. You decide if someone is not going to respond for 5 minutes, the chat session should close. As of now, sentiment analysis, it's text, right? So you can also do sentiment analysis. I'm saying, no, I'm not interested at this point of time. COPA is Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. I'll say, not at this point of time. Okay, and click on Create. So it created one, and here you have Create Intent. Just click on this, Create Intent, and you can give a name. Let me say Movie Intent, because it's a movie bot. And you have something called as slot. Okay, go to that slot section. Let me give a name. Let me say movie type. Slot type, I'm going to do a drop down. I'll say, okay, I want probably Amazon genre. Genre is movie type, right? Action movie, sports movie, etc. And in prompt, I'll just say, which movie do you like? And then do you see this plus sign? When you click on that, it gets added. Then you have sample utterances here. You can put some sample utterances. You can say, I want watch a movie. Sample messages which end user might ask. It's time for a movie. Something I like. Now here you have type movie type, right? So you can type movie underscore type. I mean, which kind of movie do you like? So on and so forth. Okay, once this is done, you have response. You can add a message here. You can say, hello user, enjoy your movie type movie. I'll click on add. Now let's scroll down and save this intent. The moment you save this intent, you now have the option to click on build. Okay, it is still building if you see here. The moment it builds, it will show a test screen here. Yeah, the way what it's building, it's completing the build. And this is the test screen on which you can start testing. How much time did it take? Probably 5 minutes to create a chatbot. Super cool. and you can deploy it. You give it to your software engineer, he will deploy it on your website. Okay, movie bot built successfully. Let us chat. Let me say hello. Oh, it says sorry. Can you please repeat that? I want to watch a movie. Which movie do you like? Where is that question? Here in the slots. Which movie do you like? I like action movies. So what is the response? Enjoy your, in this movie type, it has taken action movies. Because action is a genre. Action movie, sports movie, horror movie, war movie, etc. are genres. So it has taken the genre automatically and put it there. So very simple. Chatbot is built. To this extent, things are getting automated. Now let's see what is going on here. Feature engineering is going on, or just completed feature engineering. Now model tuning is going on. I believe as soon as this is done, at least some algorithms, as soon as they get started, you will be able to see all the algorithms which are being built in the trials zone. How many algorithms? How many models? 250 models will be built. And accuracy of all these 250 models will also show up. You can select a specific model which gives you the best accuracy. Oh, look at that. It started showing up. Let me show you now. So it gives some name, trial name. 3 got completed. And see here, objective F1. F1 is like accuracy, as I told you. Right? So this model is the best. Given these 3 models, this model is the best. You can right click on that, say open in model details. When you do that, it will open up here. And then which model was run? XGBoost, extreme gradient boosting. And how many instances or computers were used? 1 computer. What is the type? ML M5 X4 large. So, hey, what is this type? You can search. AWS. Okay. So let me click on this. Let me do Control F and search. Look at it. So ML M5 4X large was automatically assigned, which has 16 CPUs, 64 GB RAM, and even if you run it for 1 hour, it will cost you less than $1. Cool. Let it run for 2 hours, pay $2, 150 rupees. In 150 rupees, you are able to complete your machine learning algorithm. And did you write any line of code? No. How much is 150 rupees? Right? And these are all the hyperparameters, friends. K-fold cross-validation. It has 50 GB space, by the way. K-fold cross-validation. It has alpha value, column sample by tree, eta. I mean, as a data scientist, you would be knowing all these hyperparameters. And you'll be able to infer on what are these values, what value is being selected, etc. But would a person with zero knowledge be able to understand what these are? No. But are they able to accomplish the job? Yes. Would someone with zero knowledge on what all these mean get a better salary? Or someone who knows about these things will get a better salary? Obviously, someone who knows about these things will get a better salary. Because at least you're not running in the dark. You're running fast because of this. You're able to complete your models faster. but at least you know what these mean, etc., and then you can draw some meaningful insights. This is model explainability. All these are the artifacts. What feature engineering code was used? Can I actually look at that code? Yeah, it has done it for you. What feature engineering model was used? What algorithm model was used? Right? Or where is it saved? How did my autopilot automatically shuffle the training and validation data? How did it split that? What kind of transformations were applied? All that would be available in these artifacts. Okay, and models are being built. Once you decide upon which is the best model always is assigned a star like this. Just select that, click on deploy. I mean, we will not, obviously not do it now. We'll wait for all the models to be completed. We'll then select the best model. We'll click on deploy, and we will also look at explainability report that gets generated. This is a new thing, friends. You cannot just build a model which is understood only by data scientists. Expectation is that you build a model which can be understood even by a person who doesn't understand A, B, C, D of data science. That's called as explainability, explainable AI. On the last day, we will look at explainable AI. Okay, so this is going on. Look at that. All these models are completed, and the best model still has 0.6 F1 score. That would increase because your model is still running 250 models, 250 experiments are being performed. Okay, so I don't think that this would be completed now. Okay, so I'll stop here, friends, and I'll let this run, and tomorrow this is the first thing that I'll do. I'll deploy it and show you how you can use it in production. How do we test this model on live data or the new data, and then I think we should be good. So let me look at this. How many days it is? Raju, I didn't quite get your question. And while this happens, friends, I once again request you all to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. So we have 360 Digit MG. Oh. It's opening. Zoom. This is our website, and click on the Zoom link, and just click on subscribe. And we are creating playlists. This is for day 3. For day 2 also we have, and we have also shared the attendance link. Please give attendance. And one more thing, friends, in the playlist, we have success story sessions. That is, if I go here to success stories, you will find list of all the people who have got jobs through us. In the last 1 week alone, 8 people got jobs. Not 1 week, in the last 3 days, 8 people who got trained through us got jobs. And all the details are there. You can download the career transition book. You'll find their success stories. Every month we'll update. And a lot of people say, hey, please don't put my details on your website, because I kind of didn't say that I got trained and then I'm applying for a job. I told that I'm already working in the space of data science. Okay, fine. What can we do? They don't permit us. Okay. But whoever allowed us, their details are available. And I should say every month, roughly 18 to 20 people are getting jobs. That's the kind of success. And that is possible only when someone is trained on practical aspects, on aspects which industry expects, not math derivations, not programming stuff. Of course, whatever is needed, we train, but that's how it is. Okay. Thank you all so much, friends. Please subscribe to our channel. You can inform your fellow, faculty members to do that, and they can watch the recorded videos. Playlist is already created. Faculty Development Program on Machine Learning on Cloud. Thank you. We will see tomorrow the other aspects. Take care.